So recently I hit 100,000 subscribers. Yay! Now, I've been trying to think of what to do to celebrate this milestone, both in my personal life and here on the channel with you. I don't just want to sit here and unbox an award and be like, look, here's an award from YouTube, tell me how great I am. Not really my style. And I think it's kind of missing out on an opportunity to provide some value to you. So today isn't a celebration. This is a conversation about the things that I've learned about myself and starting a digital business. I'm not saying I've got the answers to life or anything, but I can sit here and have an honest conversation about what it takes to go from zero to where I am now. There's going to be a giveaway at the end of this as well as a way to say thank you. Let's just get started with getting started. I can remember the exact moment that my mindset shifted around making money online. Prior to this, I kind of looked at the internet as something I wanted to understand, but I just felt like I was stood on the outside of it all. I'd grown up with it, literally. I was about 12, 13 years old when we swapped a screeching modem for broadband in my house. Everything the internet is now, I've seen develop in front of my eyes. And every time I've looked at it, I thought, everything's been done, there's no opportunity left. And then someone else just comes along with $1 billion idea and I'm like, of course. All that changed for me with an eBay business. More specifically, a mate of mine called T. We met at uni, but he moved to Manchester when he was doing a master's and I lived opposite him. He wanted some extra cash and I just wanted to build anything. Honestly, just something, just build something. He was like, let's just sell something online, man. Inside, I was like, it isn't that easy. But it was a good excuse for us to hang out. So to cut a long story short, we started drop shipping headphones from China to the UK. Issue was, well, there was two issues, the delivery times, and let's just say Apple weren't too happy with the look of them.
So Apple is now officially suing me.
So that didn't last long, but we went again. This was at the time that CBD was just everywhere. We started selling these CBD products on eBay, and to my surprise, they were flying. We were selling like 10 or 20 products a day. I couldn't believe it, that it actually worked. That I'd just gone, okay, I'll sell this, bought it, made some nice packaging, and from day one, it just started selling. This was until eBay went, hold on, all CBD products are banned. I mean, fair enough, really. Unsurprisingly, that side hustle died overnight. Now, at that point, though, I'd realized something. I'd never made any money on the internet because I'd never tried anything. And the moment I did, it worked. I mean, sure, the threat of legal action from one of the biggest corporations on the planet and a ban from PayPal might not be everyone's idea of something working. But it was enough to show me that the biggest thing holding me back was just starting something. And actually, there are loads of well-worn paths online of ways to make money that people have already walked down. I can just follow those. I don't need to reinvent the wheel here. All I need is the determination to jump the hurdles. I honestly think the two main factors that determine if you're successful in business can be boiled down to getting started and just a determination to jump all the hurdles that are put in your way. The person who kind of fixes the most problems, jumps the most hurdles, wins. You need this attitude of, there is nothing I can't fix. And if you approach it in that way, others will just give up along the way. And then one day, you'll look around and you'll be the only one left standing. Now with YouTube, these problems are everything from technical issues on lighting and sound, or how do I even edit? All those sort of problems are part of the learning curve that you go through when you do something that you have no experience in. And then the problems kind of develop from there. Writer's block or content ideas, performance anxiety, imposter syndrome. These are all problems I encounter or hurdles that I have to jump every time I make a video. Some are unpleasant, but there's never been a point in my journey where I've said, this is too big a problem for me to fix. I've always just overcome it. So what I want you to realize today is there's loads of opportunity online, even in the things that you think are oversaturated. You just need to do them better than those that are already trying. Now, you won't even know what better is or what it looks like until you climb into the arena. So instead of sitting on the sidelines, just get involved and then start jumping the hurdles. It's not going to be a straight line up. In a way, it resembles investing in an index fund. Loads of volatility. But we're used to that journey, aren't we? Now, you just got to recognize you can't plan for problems you don't know you will have. So just get started with something and jump the hurdles when they're put in front of you. If that thing fails, you will have learned something from your attempts that you can then apply to the next thing. What eBay and kind of selling stuff on Shopify and online taught me was a little bit about SEO that I then applied to my first videos on YouTube. That strategy on YouTube worked, but I needed the prior failure to acquire those skills. Let me give you that strategy for starting on YouTube. So if you want to get started on this platform, you have a place to at least take the first steps. So take a look at the titles on my first 6 videos. They're a far cry from the shorter, more clickable ones that I have today. Here I'm using a strategy whereby I'm looking to rank in search for long chain or long tail keywords that are underserved in my niche. Investing is a keyword, but it's really competitive. Investing for Beginners UK 2020, now that's a long tail keyword that was underserved at the time. Targeting that got me 400,000 views, and I used tools like TubeBuddy and vidIQ to determine what was worth going after. And that's what built my first few thousand subscribers, and if I was starting again, that's exactly what I would do. But that won't get you from 0 to 100K. You need a bit more than that. That's just going to get you started. I've been trying to ask myself and, kind of sat here thinking, what can I say to you as the reason that I've grown from 0 to 100K? And I think really on reflection, it all comes down to one thing: incremental improvements. One of the best things you can do on YouTube is go back to a creator's oldest videos and see kind of how far they've come. I hope you can see that from my first videos to now, there's been some improvement. And most people will say that consistency produces these results. Post a video at the same time every week and you will get better. I mean, yeah, I'm sure you will. But I just want to point out that I've never had an upload schedule like that. I'm all over the place. But what I have had is a consistent and persistent determination to improve every aspect of my content so people watching it can enjoy it more and more over time. The obvious things like the lighting, image quality, the sound, of course, all come into play. But now I'm at a point where I'm looking at the pacing, the depth and breadth of the research. I've even gone deep into the papers on humour and jokes to try and improve just every aspect of the content that I deliver to you. I first came across this concept of marginal gains through Sir Dave Brailsford and his work with the British cycling team. When I started, my skill set held me back from making the videos I wanted to make. I could simply just not work the camera or editing software. That's probably enough to make most people quit. But through a process of incremental improvements, this compounding effect has taken me from the boy in the corner to here. And I promise you, it's really easy. I'm not saying my content is perfect. In fact, I would say that it's miles from where I want it to be, but I'm okay with that. Because if you improve your offering by 1% each day, by the end of year one, you'll be 37 times better off than where you started. Do that for 5 years, you'll be so damn good at whatever it is you chose to do that people won't even want to compete with you because they'll just think they've got it all figured out. If you're looking to start something new, you just need to realize you're going to be shit at it. But it's just have this determined attitude of, I'll jump all the hurdles and I'll improve every aspect of what I do little by little each time. And then you have a really good chance of succeeding. But there is an elephant in the room we need to discuss. That is a huge factor of my success and everyone else's success that you see online, in fact. Luck. Luck is a dirty word when it comes to being successful. To call a successful person lucky is almost offensive, isn't it? But we need to acknowledge that luck is a factor. So, my luck when it comes to growing on this platform, there's a few things. I'm lucky that my professional background gave me a skill set where my job was literally to explain financial products to individuals. Ali Abdul calls these unfair advantages. I'm sure he got it from a book. I also started this channel when the UK really was an underserved niche from a finance perspective. To have a skill set that coincided with a niche on YouTube that didn't have many creators in it is pretty lucky. But to say my success is all down to luck, I don't think that's fair. In a book called The Almanack of Naval, Ravikant, if you want to start a business, especially a content one, I would 100% recommend you read this book. I'll link it below for you. But anyway, he discusses the 4 types of luck that are on screen now for you. All of these really apply to YouTube at some point along the journey, but I want to discuss one today, this hustle until you stumble into it. So the GameStop event meant that any finance channel on YouTube did well through that period. But you did have to be in the game to benefit. You had to be making videos to kind of capitalize on the boom in demand. So many people started investing because of it, and it did this to the growth of my channel. I mean, look at that, massive growth. Following this period of growth, everything really slowed down, and the incomes of finance channels plummeted. For that reason, many smaller finance YouTubers in this period just gave up as they were kind of starved out the market. It's really hard to juggle a full-time job and a YouTube channel on the side, especially if you're not earning much from it. I didn't give up. I just kept jumping the hurdles, I kept incrementally improving my content, and I stumbled into more luck along the way. Luck is a factor in success, and anyone who suggests otherwise is lacking any form of self-awareness, so you should probably not listen to them, in my opinion. But there are different types of luck, and you can improve your chances of being lucky by just showing up and getting experience. You're probably seeing a pattern here, right? Just get started. That'll set you apart from 99% of people who never do. Commit to jumping all the hurdles that are put in front of you, and at the same time, have a persistent and committed determination to improving every aspect of your offering incrementally over time. Recognize that luck is a factor, but also that the longer you stay in the game, the luckier you will get. I, for one, feel very lucky that so many people watch my videos. Honestly now, a bad video is getting like 45,000 views. That's 2 and a bit O2 arenas. I mean, what is going on? I try not to think about it too much in that capacity. And I much prefer to imagine that I'm just sat here with you having a chat. So while I've got you, and as a thank you for listening to me week in, week out, and for putting up with the boy in the corner years or the dark ages, YouTube is going to send me an award. They look like this. I want to give that to someone watching. Well, they can either have the award or they can have £500 in cash. That is the amount it would cost me to order a replacement one from YouTube so that I've still got one as well. Honestly, I would take the cash if I was you. Start your own online business with it and go get some trophies of your own. But yeah, if you prefer to have the award, you can. They are pretty rare in the grand scheme of things. I'm also going to donate £500 to a charity of the individual's choice who wins. All you need to do to enter is put a comment below with a trophy emoji on it. I'll then leave the entries open for 2 weeks, so 14 days. And I'll pick a winner and I'll announce them via the community post feature and by replying to their comment. I'll use a random comment generator tool that I get offline to pick a comment at random, and I can filter it by the trophy emoji. So please put a trophy. It's this one on screen that I'll show you now. But yeah, I mean, that's all I got to say, guys. Thank you so much for your time as always.
What's next? Give me something else.